All righty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today. It is not Friday. Usually I do these on Friday, and I say that every single time, so I feel like a broken record. But it is Thursday, the second best day of the week, I think, in my opinion, because we're closer to Friday. Today we have an interesting episode. I'm not quite sure where it's going to end up because the pre-show, I guess, if you want to call it, was getting pretty funny, and I'm curious to see where it's going to go. So anyway, we're going to be talking about a new company, and I'm going to do my best to say, I guess it's Sol Patina.
Correct.
All right, Sol Patina Wellness and Retreat. It is owned by Harper Johnson, who is a local massage therapist. I think you do you want to say where you work, or
Yeah, I work at Pascal Spa, and then I also have my own practice called Sage Therapy Massage.
All right, cool. Well, we'll get into the further introductions in just a second. But yeah, first, you're listening to the tea. All right, so we're going to be talking about intimacy, essentially, and what Sol Patina is going to be specializing in is couples and retreats and couples intimacy retreats, and they have one coming up in November. I'm still kind of trying to understand the whole thing, but I guess I'll give you a quick I'll read some of the about stuff off of their website. So they believe that holistic practices strengthen you and your partner, the bond, and you don't have to it doesn't have to come at a cost of comfort. So I'll leave it there. They do stuff like massages, meditation, sound baths, yoga, and other different holistic practices. So but first, let's get our introductions in order. So first up, we're going to start with numero uno, I guess. Harper Johnson, if you want to go ahead and kind of tell people about you and yourself and like what it is you do.
So my name is Harper Johnson. I am the owner and founder of Sol Patina Wellness and Retreat. I am a massage therapist. That's my day job. And I recently started this company. My husband and I have been through lots of ups and downs. And through the process of getting to our ups, we have stumbled upon amazing resources that have helped us through that process. And so I've combined them in one retreat format. And yeah, I'm the retreat coordinator, so I am the one who is responsible for finding all of these amazing professionals that you're going to meet at the retreat. One of those being Camille Veillon, who's here with us, and Ari Dolegowski.
All right, well, awesome. Good to have you here. And then Camille, go ahead and give your 30-second elevator pitch about you.
All right, elevator. Whoop. I'm Camille Veillon. I moved back to Louisiana a little over a year ago. I have over a decade of experience in birth work, which led me into learning as much as I possibly could about sexual education and intimacy, because birthing a baby and educating people on intimacy is way more similar than it is different. And aside from that, I'm also a registered yoga teacher and certified sound practitioner, and a student nurse midwife as well. So My whole world domination plan, just kidding, is that I want to be the sex positive, holistic healthcare provider that I wish that I had as someone growing up in South Louisiana.
All right. Well, good to have you here. Real quick, you said you moved back to Lafayette. Where were you living prior?
I did a few years of travel nursing, which led me to New York City, and I landed in Brooklyn, never meeting this wonderful gentleman across from me until coming back to Eunice, where my family's from, and meeting his wife's dad.
Oh, nice. Nice. Big old Eunice. All right. Okay, so now we're going to get to the other male in the room. And Ari, go ahead and give us your 30-second spin. I mean, I guess 30 seconds. You could take as long as you want, essentially.
Start the clock.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm Ari Dolegowski. I'm originally from Colorado, but I moved to Brooklyn, New York in '02, where I met my wife, who's from big old Eunice.
Oh, yeah,
And
Eunice.
so that's how I made it here. So we moved to New York from Brooklyn, New York 2 years ago, and now we're here where I have met Harper and Camille. Yes. And I am a massage therapist with 12 years experience in working in a physical therapist PT clinic in New York City, where I worked with a doctor of physical therapy and a Chinese medical practitioner, otherwise known as a witch, a good witch. And now I've combined all that, including my own history with professional soccer and teaching high school phys ed in New York City, into this practice here, massage therapy, with a special focus of physical therapy, including Eastern, Western approaches. That was a lot.
Yeah, wow.
I
Okay.
need an acronym, if we can think of one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we had a comment, but it definitely it looks like I don't know if it got removed. Somebody said that they labeled a place in Brooklyn, but it got removed before I could read it all the way. I don't know what.
Probably pizza.
Maybe. All right. So I kind of want to know, where did you guys, how did you all just kind of end up finding each other? I mean, you said that you met his wife, and then I kind of want to know, how did you guys all end up kind of coming together?
Ari and I are in the same field essentially, but we met through our children. Our kids are used to go to the same school, and they were big friends with each other. And then we wound up working at the same spa as well. So lots of combinations. And then his beautiful wife, Janae, heard what I was doing at this retreat and said, "Oh my gosh, you have to meet this woman." And then oddly enough, I was talking to another friend of mine and saying, "I need a sound bath gal. Do you have any ideas?" And she said, "Oh, you'll never guess, this gal, Camille." And so I was like, then I was looking at that said friend's story, and I saw that she was at a sound bath, and I said, "Is that the same girl that Janae had told me about?" So here she is. It all fell in my lap perfectly. I was looking for an intimacy coach, and I was also looking for a sound bath facilitator, and she filled both of those roles perfectly.
Okay. And kind of what's the story with your connection with them? I know she kind of gave her part.
All right, the beauty of Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And friends in Grand Coteau.
Sure.
The story is very funny. I moved back last April and went to meet my family and my cousin at the big old spring fair in Eunice.
Yeah.
Barbecue hamburgers.
There it is.
First time I used it. All
Go
right.
Jays.
Of course, it's barbecue that got the horn.
And now I'm hungry.
Indeed.
And there was this man talking to my partner's sister, and his mom was like, who is that guy? So then I just went up and introduced myself. And so the Cajun Santa Claus that is Chris Nakan said, "Oh, you need to add my daughter on Instagram. It's je ne sais quoi." And I was so charmed by that. Like, the fact that this 70-something-year-old man was giving me his daughter's Instagram, awesome. So reached out. She sent me her address, which was 2 streets away from where I live. Met them. And the first thing Ari said to me was, "I feel like I'm in Brooklyn again."
Wow, man, that's crazy.
And we've been friends ever since.
That's
awesome. Their child's school photo is on our fridge at home. So we're like honorary gunkles or tunkles. We're trying to think of a combo of aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So family is in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, chosen
Awesome.
fam.
Okay. Well, okay. So now that we kind of got that established, what ultimately led to you guys wanting to form Sol Patina? I mean, obviously, you guys each have a particular role in the company and the mission behind it with your individual skills. But what was that like aha moment? Like, okay, we need to move forward with doing a couples retreat kind of company.
So I guess that would be me.
Sure.
Okay. So my relationship with my husband has not always been where it is today.
Okay.
I would say that we started off at what I would describe as a high risk relationship, meaning that we had so many difficulties in front of us that it wasn't necessarily, going to work out. We had communication problems. We had codependency issues. There was just a lot of fighting happening that also had a lot of toxicity with it. And we were noticing that the respect in our relationship was dwindling, and we just were not in the healthy relationship that we wanted to be in. I think we kept saying, like, I'm not presenting the best version of myself to you quite frequently. And of course you want to change that. We were head over heels in love with each other, but we were not practicing that through healthy behaviors. So I think the first thing that ever popped into my head was I would love to go on a couples retreat with this person, because we do have that foundation of love, but we didn't have were the coping skills to get through fights in a healthy manner. And I knew that going to something intensive like that would be all inclusive. We would kind of have an extraordinary vacation, but we would also be hitting with all these professionals that could help us through. So I started doing my research, and a lot of these really in-depth, profound places and retreats that were being held were in far-off places like Costa Rica and Thailand and Spain.
Tropical places.
Exactly. Places that even if we wanted to spend the extra airfare on, we couldn't, because my husband didn't have a passport at the time. So we kind of tabled that idea for a while, and we went on our own personal, I guess you could say, extended retreat in Lafayette of finding our own practices and therapies within this city. I sort of dived deep into meditation and breath work, which I'm now a certified practitioner in. And my husband and I, we both sought therapy individually and as a couple. Which, I mean, our relationship is just night and day from what it is today and what it was 3 years ago. And we still have our problems, but I like to say, Dr. John Gottman, he has a saying, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but it's something along the lines of, there's not a huge difference between happy couples and unhappy couples, except that happy couples have the tools to get through issues quicker and start enjoying the relationship that they're in faster. So after we get through, some of our darkest days and we come out the other end, I have all of these tools and resources at my hands and a very strong passion towards helping people who have gone through the same issues as us. I said, why can't I do this? Why can't I put on the thing that we were searching for that we couldn't find? There's a lack of deeply in-depth holistic therapy that's coupled with mental health therapy in the U.S. And so I said, we've done it, we've been through it, and I would love to start putting that on. So I started the search process. I'd already talked to Ari, I think a year before I got to the point where I wanted to super start this company, and he was always, on board because he'd been practicing or putting on these couples Thai massage classes already, and I knew that about him. So he's always been someone on my radar as someone who I knew was a professional in the industry and who I wanted to go toward. So he's been on since day one, before when this was still, pre-reality. But yeah, so here we are today. I have all of these amazing resources, and I kind of like to think of it as you're shopping local in Lafayette, but all under one roof. Yeah. So I'm kind of bringing all of these fantastic professionals that I've sought out through personal experience and had success with, and I'm providing them to Lafayette locals who are going through the same issues. And you can kind of just shop local with these beautiful experiences all under one roof. Okay.
Well, let's not go too far. I want to ask a few more questions because I'm trying to dive into here. So I want to bring up the movie mention in a second, but I want to go ahead and let you know about our sponsors. So if you haven't figured it out already, so our sponsors, you can actually see at the bottom of the screen, but I'm going to show a larger logo for you. So the first one, the Music Academy of Acadiana, Acadiana's top See, it's live. Anyway, Acadiana's top choice for music lessons, and you can learn piano, guitar, voice, drums, violin, saxophone if you want to pull the Kenny G, flute, audio production, all that good stuff. They have an in-house music studio where they record actually some pretty unique and I don't want to say viral, but I'll just say semi-viral artists, especially on TikTok. And so, and it's all done locally. But apart from the in-studio, they teach a ton of students of all ages and styles. They've been on major music competitions like American Idol and The Voice. They teach students, like I said, of all ages and styles. And you can check them out at their website, musicacademyacadiana.com. Ultimately, their goal is to help make music lessons fun, educational, and to help foster the next generation of creative minds and musicians. And they're also on Facebook, Instagram, all those other, I don't want to say fun places, but social media places. And then we have our tech sponsor, which is The Orchard. Both of these companies are locally owned, which is great, and locally founded. So The Orchard is Acadiana's only Apple authorized service provider. And what the heck does that mean? It basically means that if you break your phone, an iPhone or your MacBook or anything that's Apple related, they are in line with all of Apple's requirements and genuine parts. So if you break it, they'll fix it the right way. If it's under warranty, you don't have to pay for it. If it's out of warranty, yeah, you're just gonna have to pay for it out of pocket. It's kind of like a medical expense, and you need that device, I'm sure, to run your business or to scroll on hours of TikTok. So anyway, check them out. Their website is theorchardstores.com, and they have 2 locations, one by Buffalo Wild Wings on Ambassador, and then one in Karen Crow by Super One Foods. All right, so talking about couples retreats, there is a movie reference, and I don't know how many people are going to get this movie reference, but I'm going to bring it up because somebody in this room definitely did not know about it. And I'm going to show us a screenshot of the movie. I wish I could play the clip, but I did not bring it. So here's a screenshot of the movie. This movie is called Couples Retreat, and it's kind of what we're talking about, but except in this, they're not having a couples retreat in Acadiana. They're at a tropical place like Harper mentioned. And it's a bunch of guys and their wives all hanging out, trying to improve their relationship. And one of the guys decides to get real intimate because it's an intimate couples retreat. And he pulls his pants down, and one of the lead actors, Vince Vaughn, looks at him and says, "Oh, this guy's naked. Now it's a party," or something like that. And it's probably the best part of the movie because the movie gets a little like not sensitive, but there's some stuff that you can actually take out of it. But ultimately it's a movie, it's all fake, but it's still funny. It's a cool movie reference. And I thought that I would bring that kind of into the fold of what's happening here. All right. So my question is kind of what can people expect from a couples retreat in Lafayette? We don't have beaches. Eunice does. Eunice has a beach.
Big beach.
Yeah.
That's right.
Lakeview. I mean, it's that's it. So it's a beach, and it's well water, right? So it's at least that's cool. So yeah, like what could people expect? Like you have a retreat coming up. Mm-hmm. What is the expectation of that?
Well, people won't be taking their pants off in front of us. Let's just say that real quick.
Now it's not a party.
No.
Well, I
It's
just
still
quit.
a party.
It's still a party.
Ari just said he quit.
I mean, that brings me to, it is a party. Down in the South, we have a saying, let the good times roll, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Yep.
And I say at Sol Patina, we take laissez les bon temps rouler and we mix it with namaste.
All right.
So I will start off by saying that outside of these two, who I'm going to give the mic over into just 1 second to let them describe all the amazing things they do, like I said, we're shopping local. So we're going to have local companies like Wild Child Wines. They're going to do a wine tasting with a sweets night. And Camille actually, I think, knows a little bit about, she's a big fan.
Yeah. Let me give my little 2 cents. I absolutely love, Denny and Katie, and it's like a mom and pop local wine shop. And Wild Child comes from their child.
Yeah.
So the logo is Wild Hair Child. Wilder than mine, maybe at this moment. I don't know.
No.
Depending on the day. But yeah, I mean, as someone who is very sensitive to sulfites and things like that, all of their wines don't contain sulfites. So everything that I've chosen to take home or enjoy there, because they do have an outdoor patio, it doesn't flare up my rosacea. So if anyone else has sensitive inflammatory issues, maybe you will have something new in your fridge.
And so do they make the wines themselves?
They don't make them, but they hand select their
Yeah. Oh, good.
supply.
Okay, so that is wine supplied by Wild Child Wines out of downtown. So you do the sound baths. You're a sound bath practitioner.
Yes.
And what is the thought process and like the properties of sound baths? Because I've seen them on TikTok. You scroll in and all of a sudden there's this person with some interesting I don't want to say bowls, glassware.
They are bowls.
Okay, bowls.
Crystal bowl.
And so basically they're there in the background is like a cityscape and the lights are dim and they're just kind of rolling and it just sounds so cool. And I'm like, dang, I just kind of want to set this on a table now and just kind of hang out and chill.
Oh, I know. I feel like we need to end with the sound, though.
Okay, we'll end with the sound.
But
also, I guess talking about the properties of it and like what does it do, and we'll get to the demonstration after.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I sold out my last sound meditation last weekend. Also working with a local husband and wife at the Space Yoga Center, which is actually right off of Rena Drive near Little Verons.
Yep.
And we had such a great turnout, and Harper also attended. So I'm doing another one this weekend, Saturday at 6 p.m. So if you want to get a full immersive experience, bath does not mean water's involved. I do encourage you to hydrate after. So at the retreat, the only water that's involved that you could immerse yourself in is the kayaking excursion.
There you go.
But
At the retreat.
Yeah, the retreat.
Not at the
sound bath.
Not at the sound bath. But yeah, so it is bathing your nervous system in sound. So some of those ways, like these little tingly ASMR clicks and ticks, like it doesn't have to be actual instruments, but it could be a comb. And it creates that scalp tingling down the spine. You get the good frissons.
The good frissons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned ASMR. And look, I'm going to bring up TikTok a lot because that's where a lot of people are getting their media consumption. There's been a lot of people on the app where they have some mics similar to mine, and they'll put like slime or something, and like they're touching the mic and like doing this situation. And if I hurt your ears, I'm sorry. But yeah, so and like they're clicking, and like there's one lady who she just does mouth sounds. I'm like, and then like they turn up the gain on the mic so loud that you can hear like every little like mouth slime slobber. I'm like, I don't know if that's too much for me. I don't know. But yeah, like, are you a ASMR TikToker?
I am not on the
Okay.
I'm an elder millennial, so I'm just trying to figure out what reels are. But I
didn't do mine.
With that, maybe towards the end, because if people are driving, I do not recommend listening to like meditation or ASMR while you drive, because it can make you sleepy and relaxed. But it is like the number 3 search term for helping people sleep. I mean, you go on YouTube, people have like 5 million views of just their hair done, their face done, and they're just like, here's a makeup brush.
I know.
Do you like it on your face?
That is so weird. Like, it's just...
And with the sound bath, the bowls are a lot of the
Yeah, so I incorporate using more of the traditional modalities because sound meditation has been around for thousands of years, with multiple cultures using these for promoting wellness. But America is kind of just recently getting on the bandwagon, probably in the past 5 or 10 years or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I did my training up in New York with an amazing sound therapist, Marlies Campos, who also studied under the Buddhist Zen Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh, who just passed away this past year. So yeah, all of this really helps to. I basically get paid to help people relax and go to sleep.
No, that sounds like a good way to get paid.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, and once they're asleep, your customer, they can't say anything. So like, they obviously it worked and they're happy.
Yeah, and Harper had a great description of it, like after the experience, and she took her partner with her as well. She said she felt like she had a deep tissue massage, but without being touched. So I think that's also a really beautiful way to describe it and encourage people who have never meditated or they're autoimmune or high risk and they haven't been out in these past 2 years of this pandemic, like to start reintegrating and feeling connected to their body, and then maybe sharing it, with other people as well. But no touch is required to receive the benefits of these modalities.
Okay. So I guess one last question for now about sound baths. And you mentioned no touch is required or anything like that. And with sound baths, so obviously there's I think I'm using the word right, reverberation. So, and that vibrations travels through the air. Obviously that's how sound works. And I'm guessing that's how it would penetrate the body?
Right, because I mean, we are alive, so
yeah, most of us should be. This ain't the metaverse.
So every cell in our body vibrates to a certain frequency, and these bowls help to recalibrate our vibration. So for many of us, especially in the American culture, we are subdued to chronic fight or flight, stress, and burnout. And research shows that actually using these modalities helps to re-regulate your cells' release of nitric oxide, which is like the super regulator of free radicals in the body. So it reduces inflammation in pretty much every body system.
Okay. Nice. Even in like animals?
I don't think they've done animal studies on it. They've done human studies because, again, it's not invasive, and just doing a blood sample for the nitric oxide. But it's shown that after even just one session, it helps to re-regulate your cells puffing out nitric oxide, which inflammation is the major cause of disease.
And if you're wondering why we would have practices like this at a couples retreat, bringing back Dr. John Gottman, who is an amazing resource if anybody needs to watch some videos at home. He is probably my favorite relationship guru, doctor,
Yeah.
but he has a science of love, and the 3 main components are physiological calmness, trust, and commitment. So how do you get physiological calmness? Well, you have these modalities of holistic practices that bring you to oneness of mind and body and, bring you to the present moment. Sound baths, meditation, yoga, these are all things that can help you kind of deal with how chaotic life can get and in coping and dealing with your partner when troubles come up.
Okay. Yeah. So now, Ari, I want to kind of bring you in to the fold. So kind of let people know what your involvement is. Obviously, you guys each specialize in type of body work in a sense. You know, you got sound, you got massage, and I think you do massage too, right?
Also a massage therapist.
Yeah. So what is your role in the couples retreat realm, and what can people expect out of your involvement?
First, I'm also the bodyguard.
The bodyguard.
And
Okay.
you can tell.
Yeah.
by
Look,
the way
I would
I
be
look.
afraid.
Well, let's
With
see
my
it
shirt.
then.
But I fight with jokes. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah. So, Thai massage is along the same lines as sound bath in that it is a stimulation of relaxation and creating smooth and even energy moving up and down the body through various channels. But for this specifically, a little less esoteric in that since it is an intimacy retreat, I wanted to introduce this as touch. Because a lot of times, as Harper spoke, you're in a place where you're afraid to even approach your partner in any manner, whether it's questioning or, answering, or should I even go somewhere? Does this person like me? But one thing that really can get thrown away really fast is touch. Even like you might stop hugging or whatever. So in this retreat specifically, to actually maybe reintroduce just simple touch amongst partners, that's one part that I really wanted to bring to the retreat. And then all the benefits are the fun stretching and the jokes that you can make in between each other that, I'm lifting your leg really high and you're so unflexible, but that's still creating a new connection between you and your partner, and maybe even learning something about them, about their body, which is another component of this retreat. And I just think that's a really good way to learn more about your partner and touch them physically. And it might not be a sexual, is the button coming out? It might not even be in that way, but it may just be reintroducing touch.
And what does your Thai massage class look like? 'Cause some people don't know what Thai massage even is.
Forgot that should have been number one.
Yeah.
It's not food. Some people spell it wrong, but okay. So it is supposedly invented by Buddha's doctor, so that's pretty cool. And
Okay.
He was in wicked shape, did marathons, everything. You should read some books on him. And it is going through various stretches, full body stretches. They can be specific. They can work with energy lines, and just to create smooth and even joints and muscular function throughout the body. And
So this is different than deep tissue?
yeah.
Yeah.
It does get deep because the stretches can be big and intense or small and intense, but there's not where you would go down and lie down face down on a table and get, your muscles plucked and prodded at for an hour and a half. It can be really gentle, and it can also be super intense, but
And it's a clothes-on exercise.
it's all clothes on. And another really great bonus about it, and I'm going to kind of throw men under the bus a little
Oh,
bit.
Lord. Here we go.
Being a dude.
Yeah.
But a lot of men don't like anybody else touching them, not even talking about their partner. But as a body worker, all of us most likely have worked on 90% women and 0.5% men.
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with the territory.
It just is. And so Thai massage, like Harper said, being clothed, being out in the open with other couples there, it kind of moves away from the closed door. And my gosh, am I supposed to take my clothes off? Is it going to be skin on skin, which can freak anybody out? But most men are like, nah, I'm tough. I don't do that. But of course, we all need it.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of takes away any, give me a word, girls.
Insecurities.
Insecurities. Thank you.
Yeah, that's okay. Insecurities is good because I'm gonna let you finish, but I had a thought. So when my wife and I got married, we went on a honeymoon. We went on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and there was a couples massage being advertised, and my wife thought about doing it, and I was like, I want to, but I have some like questions because my wife has had massages before.
Yeah.
Like she's gone to, I think it was Massage Envy, and then I think she's been to, I don't know if she's been to Pascal. She's been to a couple others that like gift cards that people have given her because she's not actively going on her own. So I said, sure, I'll do a couples massage with you, and it was really cool because it was on the boat, and the part of the boat that was like, I remember if it was in the back or the front, but it was like the large windows. You see all the water, and then they had the rooms where it was private, like the waiting area was big in windows, but the private room, it was 2 people that can fit in there, and so we get brought into the room. And of course, there's the tables with the head hole, and you got to lay down on it. And I started getting really, oh God, I guess anxiety, for lack of better words,
Sure.
started going up. And I remember asking my wife, I was like, I'm concerned. Like, is it going to be a woman? Is it going to be a man?
Yes.
And what do I do? And this is why I have the letter E as explicit for the podcast. What do I do if I get a boner? Like, what do I do with
It's so
that?
common.
You move.
It's so common. They teach you about it in school. It's something that you shouldn't be afraid of.
Yeah.
You just put a heavy blanket over it because it's a physiological reaction.
Sure.
It's not a sign that you are aroused by the touch. It's a pure physiological reaction. So, but yeah, it's not comfortable. Like, nobody getting a massage with an erection is like, oh, I'm just relaxing. You know? But we can make it to where it's a little less obvious and we can get through the moment.
For the wait, are you done with your story, or is there
No.
done? Is
So
there an ending?
I guess the ending. Okay. Lord. Okay. I'm good. I'm good with where I'm at. I just wanted to kind of bring that in because that's something that I think, like you mentioned, men are oftentimes the ones to not do anything like that. Yep. And I think the thought is probably because they're not sure what happens. Like, you can't dig a hole for it, so
Special table.
Right.
Well, one of the parts about the retreat.
Yes.
I'd love to talk about
boners,
erections, and physiological rising. But my thing is that in the retreat, it won't be someone else. It won't be me.
Well, there is couples massages.
It's the right.
But during this course,
for this, it will be your partner doing.
Okay, so
and
you guys are instructing the partners.
Yeah, I will be high up on a mantle,
on a pedestal,
like a non-guru, like a Cajun guru, and I'll be working on someone and guiding the rest of everybody else who's spaced out evenly, and they will be with their partner watching what I do, and I go slow, and you just copy what I do, and you can watch me, you can hear the dialogue, and I walk around and try to help. It's not like couples retreat. I won't do that.
Okay.
You have to watch the movie.
You won't have to get naked.
Watch the movie now.
There's a bit of an aggressive instructor.
Yeah, there's an aggressive instructor. So, but that's not to say that it's easy. I want the couples to be challenging to themselves and really challenge to, in Thai massage, you have to pick up a leg and move it and manipulate it. And I want that to be part of the wellness or the breakthroughs that people can have during the retreat, that, wow, this person actually has a leg that I can move, and ooh, good thunder. That was the Thai massage guy. That was Buddha talking. And so, I want them to realize how much you can be intimate with your partner by even, holding their arm or stretching their arm, stretching their neck. walking up their legs with your hands. And I think that's a very important aspect to have, rather than, oh my God, I'm next to my partner with some stranger touching my wife or husband. Now I'm getting erection. What's she doing? What the heck's going on? Oh my God.
It's not as common as you would think. I don't want to scare any men into thinking that you're definitely going to get an erection if you get a massage. It's not common.
No, but the massage, all the massage places in town just lost a lot of business.
No. Chances are they probably gained a lot, because now the guys are like, you know what?
Guys,
I don't have to be afraid of my boner anymore.
No,
men, go to your local masseuse. In the next 10 minutes, it's free. Okay.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
No.
And I do want to interject though, but real talking about this fear
Yeah.
and this hypersexualization of, what did you say? Physiological rising of body parts.
It's like a bread.
I mean, again, it's no different than also in this country, they hypersexualize breasts, which they have a function to feed infants. And it's just, I think, a lot of unlearning and relearning of like, bodies are fascinating and mushy and gushy and weird, and they make weird sounds and fluids, and it's just all something that we all get to learn about together, and individually and together. And things like what Ari's offering and a lot of us are offering to this retreat reintroduces the play and the curiosity into relating.
Kind of what happens in, I guess, most couples and like their long tenure of being a couple is they kind of fall out of the infatuation stage of like the foreplay and the touch and the cuddling and all this good stuff. And if that falls off, then I think that's where a lot of the issues stem, is like you don't feel loved anymore. And so I do want to go back real quick to my couple's massage thing. I successfully maintained myself. Let's just say that, because once I was getting the massage, like the music playing, and it wasn't like bounce chicka wow wow type music. No. It was like super
nice.
Like, I don't know what men are thinking out there about massages. Yeah. They see movies anyway. So it was very relaxing, and it was almost like the sounds. It was almost like sound bath type music, but it was like very like low, and the lights were real low. And now, were there moments that I got scared? Yes, I was, because the massage therapist got really high up on the thigh, and I'm like, oh God, like freaking out for a second. I was like, you know what? Chickens, dogs, mom, like this. Yeah. And I mean, just real talk about like this kind of, processing the moment. And then I realized, it's once you got desensitized for that first few seconds, and then it wasn't that bad. It was like, okay, now the purpose of it is because, I mean, it's full body, and every part of me, I had underwear on, but like they had to like lift up and pull them down a little bit. Like I was afraid, like my crack is starting to show. It's like, what? Anyway, but it was totally fine after that. And then of course I was like super thirsty and all this good stuff. And then they, Royal Caribbean sold me a bunch of oils and stuff that I paid way too much money for. So, but yeah,
still have them.
Yeah. Oh, I still have them. And they're like, God, they're old now. That was 2014. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. I probably need to throw those away. But yeah, so I liked it. I haven't gotten another massage since then. Not to say I wouldn't do it, but it was kind of one of those things as honeymoon. But going kind of to touch, my wife and I, we always sit on the same couch. We have two separate couches. We don't sit on the separate couches unless my little boy is like hogging my spot. And then my wife likes her feet to be rubbed at night. Now it's not every night, because sometimes I'm like doing something or busy, but like, we try to keep like touch involved in some form or fashion.
Absolutely.
And, we always make sure that we try to go to bed at the same time, which that's not doable for a lot of people. But like if I go to bed, I don't want to go to bed without her. She doesn't want to go to bed without me. And like if I'm not in the bed as soon as she is, like a few minutes after, even though she's asleep, she can tell that I'm not there. And like she'll say, "Hey, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm just doing something real quick on the computer, and I'll be right back." So like, and then we've been doing that since we met in 2010. So it's like to not go to bed at the same time is weird. Just for us.
That's
I was
great
recently
for you.
joking with my husband because he was like, "I want to go to bed really early tonight," and I was like, "Okay, you do that." And he was like, "Well."
Are you
And
counting?
Yeah, I was like, "Well, you got it too then, right?"
Oh,
Man, see,
yeah.
stuff like that. So the couples retreat will help certain couples that need it to reintroduce certain aspects of their initial passion back into their.
I would say that it's more of a maintenance tool. I don't think that certain couples need this. I think that all couples need to check in with themselves because not only do we have these holistic practices, but we also have mental health couples therapy with licensed counselors, which through Hillary Mediday and Whitney Story. And they are, you get 3 90-minute sessions of couples counseling with them through our packages. And honestly, I think that no couple is perfect. You could always learn more tools. This isn't a crisis situation. We're on the brink of divorce and we need you to fix us and glue us back together. This is, I want to enjoy a weekend with my husband and get back in touch because guess what? Even the best couples, life can spin you on a whirlwind and you can get so distracted by the hustle and bustle and you need to reconnect from time to time or you will lose those skills over time. I think I read, what was the study I read the other day? It was 900,000 couples a year in the United States get divorced. Under 10% of those couples ever talk to a professional about their issues or their relationship.
Wow.
So, if you're hoping to make your relationship last, talking about your relationship problems and finding the tools to get past those issues are quite necessary. In addition to these professionals and the couples counselors that I talked about, we also have an amazing yoga instructor. Morning yoga is part of the package. Pamela Ryan, she worked with the World Olympic Gymnastics Association in the 80s. And then she is a massage therapist as well. And she worked for the Olympic gymnastics team back then. And that led her into her love of yoga. She studied in India, Iyengar yoga. And am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I'm not the yogi. And so she studied in India and is now a part of the Yoga Alliance. So
Okay.
She's a brilliant yoga instructor. Also, she has classes at the Acadiana Yoga and Wellness Center, which is in the Oil Center, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. and Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. You can catch her there. Also, I'd love to talk about so I was talking about how I am a meditation practitioner and a breathwork facilitator. I kind of started my meditation journey in the past year or so, and through that found an amazing local organization called Louisiana Himalayan Association, LHA. They actually have a local house downtown near the public library, the downtown branch, Lafayette Public Library. It's called Insight Bayou, and they actually host Sangha meditations, which is community, meaning bring your kids, bring a potluck dish. It's a meditation, but in community. So we have a meditation practice. We have lots, the kids have their own activities. The adults or well-behaved kids can also meditate. That is the first and third Sunday of every month. I believe it's 412 Lafayette Street.
Okay.
Insight Bayou, they have a Facebook page, and it's run by Louisiana Himalayan Association, which they bring Eastern modalities to the state of Louisiana, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish my kid would meditate sometimes. Like, just close your mouth, close your eyes, and just breathe, because you're 90 miles an hour. Like, chill.
Well, that's the good thing about kids.
Yeah, I mean, they keep your energy up. I get it. God.
Yeah. You just have to take that bite, and you're like, oh.
Ari's more energetic, I think, than his own kids, so he would say that.
We're on par.
The last time I was at his house, he was on the roof blowing leaves off of it.
Who?
Ari.
Oh, I was about to say.
And not with a leaf blower.
No, I think he was just
going
possibly shoeless.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's easy. Better grip.
Yeah, better grip, because, I mean, you don't want to slip.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have, Ari?
Just one.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay, same. And you mentioned, it sounded like you might have a kid, right?
I do all of the things related to children and supporting others in, but I'm the oldest of 5, and my domestic partner and I have not reached that conversation, but
Got it.
See what happens after this.
Conversation to come.
Yeah. But going back to Ari's kid, we will sometimes swap out services, and I'll come over with all of my sound equipment and do a nighttime sound bath for his family. And in exchange, since I also work as a nurse and I'm in grad school, getting all of the amazing body work from Ari is just sublime. And It feels like you're just like getting some wonderful touch from a new best friend. Well, and when we first started, but now we are close friends.
It's always new.
It feels new every day.
Yeah, sure.
That's awesome. Okay, so no kids, and
I have 2.
You have 2.
Actually, part of outside of my relationship issues that my husband and I were getting through, my second child. So I have one child, she's about to be 7, and then my second one is 18 months old. I went through a really hard postpartum time with him, and meditation absolutely changed my life. That's why I'm so passionate about it. Like Ari said yesterday, we were talking, nobody breathes correctly. We are constantly worried about, the future, the past. But simply meditation, it brings you to the present moment. Like, am I actually paying attention to the things that are in front of me and the people who are in front of me, or is my mind 100 miles away?
Yeah.
And quite honestly, my anxiety, which was the main part of my postpartum issues, was I was a mental wreck. I was anxious all the time. I could barely leave my house for a few months. And meditation, it's the oneness of the body and mind. It centers me. You're able to appreciate what's in front of you. And like I said before, part of a healthy relationship includes being calm. And whenever you're not calm, whenever you have heightened physiological responses, you can't listen to your partner.
Right.
You can't take in your surroundings. Your ability to have compassion is dwindled. So being able to I practice what I call, and others, I didn't invent it, walking meditation.
So like walking out of the house.
That I can finally do. No,
There's part of that. There's that.
No, but it's checking in with myself throughout the day and making sure, am I present and am I here? And if I'm not, then I use some meditative practices to sort of get me where I need to be, taking deep breaths, and like truly like just like focusing on what's in front of me and regaining myself in the present moment.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So we actually are at about 54 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I know I didn't land the plane, but it was good conversation, and I didn't want to
Well, I have one more thing to say before we land the plane, because I just realized we didn't mention where we are hosting.
So I was actually I was getting there.
Perfect.
So I have the flyers here. So the first flyer that you provided is the one with the grayish blue background, the Lanyap plan.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and what does that look like? What is all involved?
So when we first started this retreat company, my idea was that since we're hosting it at the downtown bed and breakfast Maison Mouton, that it would be attracting couples from outside the Lafayette area. And so, that was the idea whenever I first started this, is that we're going to attract people into our city, And then I got moving along, and I'm hearing people say, well, if you ever do one for locals or something, so I said, you know what, this one is also for locals. We can have people who are coming and experiencing all of the benefits and resources that we are providing at this retreat, but at a discounted and more affordable price, because you get to go back to the comfort of your own home every evening. So you're not paying for boarding options and room plans. You're only paying to participate in all of the activities. And then there's a plan with meals, and then there's a plan without meals. So an even more affordable plan if you want to bring a picnic every day.
Wow. So, and then you said you have on the flyer, it says register for your local experience at solpatina.com. And if you need that website to be bigger, don't worry, I got you. It's real big on the screen, solpatina.com. So you can go check out the website there. And then there's also another flyer, and this is for the retreat, the couples retreat that's coming up in November. Let me see if I can get this to show up right. And of course I did not get it. Okay, so I got it up right now. And so this one is the yellow flyer that you provided me. And tell us a little bit about, so we talked about a couples retreat. We talked about everything, but kind of when is it? How can people sign up and all that good stuff?
Okay, so in addition to everything that we've mentioned, the holistic practices, the mental health practitioners, we also have kayaking with Pack and Paddle. Just wanted to throw that out there. Beautiful, amazing company. So
down the Vermilion?
Yeah, no, actually Lake Martin.
No. Oh, Lake Martin. Okay,
Martin.
Awesome.
So while you're at the retreat, part of the package is going to be included a 2-hour kayaking excursion on Lake Martin, which is just absolutely stunning area out there. So the retreat is going to be, it's going to start Friday afternoon. You're going to have dinner and a class with Camille Friday. So Friday, November, is it 18th?
The 18th. Yes.
Friday, November 18th, and then it ends Monday morning. So it is a 3-day retreat. And it's going to be in downtown historic Lafayette district at the Maison Mouton Bed and Breakfast.
Okay. Nice. And that's in the Sterling, is it Sterling Grove?
The Sterling Grove Historic District. Yep.
Nice. So 3 days. And obviously, it's spending the night, so you guys have rooms there because it's a bed and breakfast.
Send the kids to grandparents' house. You know, this is a weekend for you. And it's right before Thanksgiving, so we're hoping that people might already have off of work.
Yeah.
Or a family might be in town.
Exactly.
Yeah, get Momo or Pawpaw to watch the kiddos.
Exactly.
Momo.
So you can make some more.
Oh, wow. Well, because, you know, that could potentially happen.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so this is really cool. So are you guys, when did you officially start Sol Patina?
The brainchild occurred about 2 years ago, and I launched this retreat and became LLC'd about 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay, so new.
Very new. This is not only the first retreat for Sol Patina, but I think this might be the first couples retreat in Lafayette.
I don't know if I've ever heard of another one like.
No, I think that this is new.
Besides the movie.
Yeah.
You have to watch it.
Yeah.
So instead of having to get plane tickets to Costa Rica, you can just come on downtown.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll show that website one more time for those that need to see it.
That's also where you would register. Registering online holds your spot, and then the remainder of the retreat fees are due within 30 days of the retreat.
Okay. And so, yeah, the website's on the screen, solpatina.com. You can see it. I don't need to spell it for you. And then if you need to have a link to click on, just look at the caption of the video. It's on there as well. And I guess that seems to be it. I guess the last question that I have is, in asking how new the company was, how many couples retreats are you guys planning to host throughout the year? Is it once a year? Is it twice a year? Is it every quarter? What does that look like?
I think that, so we already have couples who are signing up and interested on this one. If we need to create a wait list, I'm going to pop the next one out pretty quickly. No more babies.
Not the kiddos.
Just the retreats.
Popping business
No,
babies.
thank you. But I think it all depends on how long our interest list gains in popularity. My initial plan when starting the company was going to be quarterly, so 4 retreats a year. If the necessity, if the need, if the want is more, then we will make do. We will give you all the practices and tools that you need.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that Valentine's Day, being the most commercialized holiday in the world, is probably around the time you'd have another one.
I think that might be our spring retreat time, yes.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, why not
Sure.
ride the commercial aspect of it?
Absolutely.
And then I would say for summer, God, I mean,
No, we're just going to skip summer altogether.
it's hot?
Summer's too hot.
Too hot to touch your
You
hot.
can't.
yeah, let's not be touching. It's so hot, like it's
Yeah.
sticky. Good.
It will be in
grief.
Alaska.
Yeah.
We might go off to
Alaska,
another, yeah,
wow.
different location.
Okay, so I think that's all I have. Is there anything that we missed? Well, we got a demonstration, so let's show off these sound bath. Let me see if I can get
Yeah.
the.
Well, before we
Yeah.
transition to that, I just wanted to also plug in the meditation that I am leading and this other workshop that I'm doing for intimate communication and creating a sensation station with your partner.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is at the retreat, by
This
the
is
way.
at the
Okay.
retreat, and then also I have a limited availability since I am in grad school to take one-on-one sessions with people in person if they want more individualized attention for education and communication.
Camille is our intimacy coach, so she has personal sessions that she can offer for people who are kind of wanting to dive deeper into their issues.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can see that at solpatina.com as well for those package deals. And yeah, I love the training that I did in New York, and I'm just really excited to bring it down to the South.
Yeah, man, the Dirty South. Like, I think this is really neat to see a couples retreat come into this area, and I hope that those that are watching or listening takes a moment to see if it's going to be something that they can utilize for their relationships. And I'm excited to see what happens with you guys on it. I hope it does well with you. And yeah, I'm so excited about the sound bath thing. Like, so let me switch my camera here so I can reposition this one.
And if you love it and you want to actually get a full session, come to the space at 6 p.m. We have, I think, about 10 slots left.
And what day is that?
Saturday, August 6th at 6 p.m.
Awesome. All right. Well, Camille, I have the camera all on you. No pressure. Do we need to move a microphone maybe? No. Look, if you want to go ahead and adjust that. Look, this microphone right here. Yep. Yeah, if you want to just move it towards it, and you can bend it down if you need.
Let's go up because I'm worried it's going to feed back too much.
All right.
Okay.
So
Let's see.
it's all you.
Okay. Thank you for coming to the tea, Sol Patina. Sol Patina.
Beautiful. That was cool.
Bravo.
I love that the sound, those bowls make. It's just I don't know. It's like the vibrations from it and just the sounds, and it reminds me of just taking like a wine glass and putting your like damp finger around it. It feels like that, but sometimes those can get like make your hair on your neck stand up because of the sound. But that was really cool, Camille.
Thank you.
I appreciate the craft. Is it a craft?
Practice?
Yeah,
A practice? Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. That is all I got. And again, I'm going to show the website for those watching and listening. So their website is www.solpatina.com, SOLPATINA.com. And you can click on the link in the video caption too. And we hope that you enjoyed the episode talking about boners, erections, all that good stuff too. Insert sound effects. But yeah, again, thank you guys for coming on, and
Thanks for having us.
yeah, I'm excited about it, and I look forward to see how you guys do.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
All right, and then Ari, I know your mic is moved, but it's good to have you here too. All right, well that is it, guys. If you're watching, thank you for watching, and if you're listening, thank you for listening. I know that was a short sound clip, but if you're listening into your car, don't doze off. Yeah, and that's all I got to say about that. And have a great, I guess, warm up to your weekend, because I forget that it's not Friday because I do these on Friday. And yeah, you guys have a great day. And if I don't hear from you guys tomorrow, have a great weekend.
Awesome.
You
all right.
too.
Y'all have a great day.
Thanks.